Transfer window still hotting up. Nice shirt, Cully.
Is it?
Here we go.
Who- Who's that?
The king of the Premier League, the father of the Premier League.
Right.
If it's nice. Anyway, and I'll probably start off with Man United. Quite a few
Gong, gong,
links.
gong, gong.
Initially, Watkins.
Mate, if I'm honest, yeah, I would have preferred Watkins. I know they're focusing on Sesko
Well,
now.
so are they focusing on Sesko? Because I heard it's the other way around.
No, it's Ornstein and
Were you in the meetings?
Fabrizio.
And Sesko prefers to go Man United over Newcastle as well.
Or Newcastle. Their window. They get
I mean,
Champions League. Can you remember a team getting Champions League like they have and then just getting this drilled in the window, especially if they lose Isak? Awful.
um, if I was them, I would play hardball with Isak. It's a World Cup year.
Oh, yeah. Of
Sure,
course you would.
you're
Yeah.
staying this year. If they
Yeah.
don't get anybody, you're staying, right? That's what I would. World Cup year, it's up to you, mate. Miss the World Cup then. But just focusing on United as we're supposed to, Sesko, I think it's once bitten, twice shy, right? We bought Hoyland.
What does that mean?
We bought Hoyland, and he's just a young player from abroad who's apparently the next big thing. I'd rather take the position United are in. Forget planning for the future.
Yeah,
the future
I
is
agree.
now. You've got
Get
to climb up
Watkins.
that table, and then once you get up that table, you can start bringing in
Yeah.
the
And
talent.
is Sesko the right guy to be dropping 90 mil on? I mean, he could be. Don't get me wrong. He could be, but
Yeah, but this
I
is
just
this is
don't
my whole
trust the
point,
Bundesliga.
right? No, this is my whole point. United, I don't think we're in a position to be buying
risk.
could-be's,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Will
yeah.
he fit into the league? Will he?
Get
There's
Watkins.
two-
He'll get you 20 goals.
If in Wemo, Watkins, and Cunha, all of a sudden, United have bought 60 goals. I'm not saying they will get 60 goals, but last season, 50, 60 goals. That's what they got,
Yeah.
right? So even if one of them overachieves, one performs as he is, one doesn't do. But what you've got is experience there.
Yeah, you've got 30.
Premier League tried and trusted. They're not going to play against any defender that they don't know. So that's why I would prefer that. Go for the here and now. Right. I know there's a few new ones, but same as everyone else, Georgie. Clever shit. But do you get what I mean? So that's the logic behind
I do.
it.
Look, in all fair, I agree. I agree. Rarely, it's rare that this happens, but I do agree with you. I think it'd be far off. It's less risky. Just go get Watkins. 40 million is all it'll take. It's not that much. I think he wants to go. Just go get him 40 mil. If you want to sign a big name striker next year and drop 90 million on someone, wait. See how Sesko does this year. He's hardly got buyers lining up out the door for him. He'll be there in January. He'll be there next season. So what is the harm in
buying Newcastle? Just go to know what?
Well, true. Yeah, that's true. Maybe he would go Newcastle, but let Newcastle have him then. I mean, Newcastle would rather keep Isak anyway. So if they can keep Isak, they won't. I imagine they'll drop out for Sesko. But let's see. If Liverpool get Isak, I do fear for the league. I think it could almost. I think defensively weak, but I just can't see past. I think you'll have strengthened more than anybody else, and you're already by far the best team.
Look, Diaz is gone. Nunes potentially.
Don't think that's much of a loss.
No, but neither of them will be, right? This is what I mean. And getting Isak in, you've got Wirtz.
Jota's gone.
Salah. Yeah, rest in peace.
Sad, obviously.
Wirtz. Isak. Salah. Now, actually, Salah won't. If that does happen, I don't think Salah will get as many goals as he did last season.
Maybe not.
The
but
pressure's off him as well. You know what? It's going to be spread out now. You've bought real players. I think the one to watch for me actually at Liverpool. I know everyone goes on about Wirtz, and I've been going on about Wirtz, and I think it's Gravenberch.
Number one on your signing.
Yeah. But I think it's Gravenberch. Can he follow up on last year and up his game, get a few more goals? Because to me, he's one of the players of the year last year, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he needs to get more goals though. He just needs to. He needs to be that defensive rock, and can he? He did it
Yeah,
last
but
season. Can he do it
he
again
can, he
next
can,
season?
he can. I
That's
think
just.
that
I
boy's
think
got more talent.
they don't. Yeah, but they don't need him to get goals. They don't need. They've got Verts. They might get Isak. They've got Salah. They don't need him to get the
What if they
goals.
don't get Isak? Where
Okay,
do
well if
they
they
go?
don't, maybe it's different. They've still got Ekite as well. I mean, I think where Liverpool will struggle is defensively because I think Van Dijk, fantastic, yes, but getting older. Kanate, great, but is his head at Liverpool? Is he going to go to Real Madrid?
Mm.
Nobody knows. Trent's gone. It wasn't good defensively. I know Bradley's going to fill in, but I still have question marks about that right side defensively. Frimpong, more of a winger, wing back than a right back. Is he great defensively? And Kirkes left back, fantastic at Bournemouth last season, but again, a very forward thinking left back and probably not as good defensively as Robertson was in his prime, maybe last year. So
Yeah,
that's,
no, I agree.
and then the
And that
midfield.
is where our weakness is, right? But
Yeah, it's going to be getting hit on the counter and the balance defensively. I think is where Liverpool could struggle, and I think you will struggle a little bit there. But I also just can't see past the quality you're going to have in the team as well.
The firepower's mental.
and I'm gonna stick to United here actually. Garnacho.
So it looks like Chelsea are stepping it up now that they've completed or virtually finished Hato. I think it's one of those, right, that he'll do well. He'll do well wherever he goes. I think he will do well. I think he'll do well at Chelsea. The thing with him is, can he do it consistently? Not just being part of 11, but actually getting those assists and the goals on a consistent level. For whatever reason, he's not that person at United. I'm not going to shit on him. But I will say, always he was hot and cold, and then you put that down to the fact that he's young, right? The problem I have with him at United is if they're getting rid of him because he didn't have the right attitude for a 23-year-old, that's the last thing that should be a problem. Do you get what I mean? A kid that age, his attitude should not be a problem for any manager. He should be wanting to learn. No matter who comes in, he should be a teacher's pet, going that way. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, so I do get what you mean, but we've seen lots of players struggle at Man United mentally, and I just think the whole place is quite toxic. And people,
but who made the place toxic? These players,
in part, the players,
problem, right?
yeah, in part, but it comes from the top, right?
The players. United's the only club that the flipping ownership seems to infect the players, right? I know that's been a problem. Like, we hear so much about. No, the players, you've got a job to do. Fucking do it, right?
I think I think the fact is that United is so toxic.
Toxicity started. Pogba.
Yeah.
I think the toxicity started years ago when the Glazers just started. As soon as Fergie went, he was keeping a lid on it all, but I think there was still stuff bubbling underneath the surface. I think there was a lack of investment into that squad that he finished it with, and he left it. He won that title so he can get out the door quick enough because he could see that the squad wasn't up to scratch, and it's just got worse and worse and worse. And bad signing after bad signing, too much money spent on bad signings, too much money paid in wages to bad signings, so they don't want to leave, and you've just got this terrible concoction of players on high wages that almost have to play as a result of it in some sense. Like, what do they do with them?
Selling shirts doesn't mean you win trophies. That's what they've learned, which they should have known.
Have they learnt it? Maybe they have, but
I hope so.
They've come out and they've given 250k a week to Mbeumo, 200k to Cunha. It's like,
I genuinely think in today's market, that's what overly I don't care, but I'm hoping they're not players that would sell shirts as much.
They're not as much. I
don't think so. Maybe Cunha, but Mbeumo definitely is not like a big shirt seller. Like, just getting marketable players now, it feels different. The messaging is different. One of the brilliant things about the Mbeumo thing, and I know it took 6 weeks or whatever, but there was nothing coming out of it. Fans were getting frustrated that they don't know what's going on. In the past, we would have known everything, right?
Yeah,
We
but
wouldn't know
you didn't
it.
know
So,
what, but you didn't know what was going on, and then you just paid Brentford's asking fee. So is that exactly
I don't.
what
But
was
this is
going on?
no. But
I'm good. Let
okay.
me before we go. Talking of asking fees, Gibbs White.
Gonna stay now, isn't he? You
Yeah,
signed a
but
new deal, 1 year,
it looked like it was
300k
a
a week.
hostage
It looked
video.
like he had a gun pointed to his head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a hostage
yeah.
video.
Crazy situation, really, isn't it? I mean, just let the guy go if he wants to go that much, and he's got a release clause. So I know it doesn't matter. I know they found it illegally by tapping up the player, but all players are tapped up. You don't go in to sign a player if you haven't spoken to the player before and you know they want to move. I'm a firm believer of that. Like, there's interest. Unless it's like completely off the cuff, spontaneous, agents, clubs are speaking to each other all the time, and they'll go in for a player if they know that a player's interested. Otherwise, they won't because they don't want to get egg on their face.
And this is the second time. Unbelievable. I agree with you, George. We're in
What's
agreement.
going on
Like,
today?
what's going on today must be how close is the moon. I agree with it. Like every single player is tapped.
Yeah,
It's the most dumb rule. They're all tapped. There's a conversation being had. Sesko's a perfect example. They've suddenly said, yeah, we're going to go for Sesko. Why? Because they've probably had a chat with him and he said, look, I'll come if you can sort out a deal.
yeah,
Simple as that. In Buemo, I'm speaking on United. He came out publicly, said it. They didn't start chasing him publicly like that because he wasn't
yeah,
going to come.
yeah.
Delap
He
backed up
didn't.
early. Why? Because they know Delap wanted to go Chelsea.
Yeah.
Simple. How did they know that without talking to him?
Everyone seems to know except for poor old Newcastle, who just go in anyway and then get what is it? So they've lost Trafford to City, they've lost Joao Pedro to us, they've lost Embuemo. They were in for, weren't they? I think at
Yep.
one point he's gone
Yep.
to you. They've lost out on Ekitike. He's gone to Liverpool.
Yeah.
There will be other players, a Sesko potentially. It's just mad how bad it's been for them, and I feel for them because they were obviously looking to grow. But
yeah, but are they doing something bad on the negotiation side?
they must be. It can be the only thing. And I also think this
I
is
think,
sort
I
of
think
what's
it's a
fueled
lot to
Isak
do with
asking to
payment.
leave.
It's a lot to do with payment terms now as well, right? It's trying to work it best for you, but not in favor of the other club. And the other club.
Well, there's a brilliant meme that United have gone in for Isak and they're trying to do the payment over 50 years. On a
They're cutting off everyone's lunches in the canteen to fund it.
Right. But it's, for United, the payment terms are the thing. So it does happen that clubs will pay more if they get more favorable payment terms. So I'm wondering if
They'll go over the release clause, won't they?
Yeah. So they can get. So the only thing I can assume in the United deal is that's what's happened. They've said, okay, we'll do it a particular way.
But there's only a few more weeks left until the Premier League starts, and let's hope some more juicy transfers along the way.
Absolutely.
Thank you.